Hey, what's up YouTube? What's going on? In today's new video, what I wanted to discuss and share with you guys is some tips for traveling long distances if you have lower back pain. And so just to find some ways that you can maybe relieve some low back pain if you are in a position where you're traveling long distances, whether that's just maybe the odd time, maybe you're going on a vacation, or maybe it's part of your job or routine. So we'll jump into this video. We'll touch on things right away here. And so my first kind of tip for you guys is to invest in a lumbo-pelvic support system. And the reason I say that is because if you look to airplanes or you look to a lot of car seats, whether that's maybe on a bus or just in your traditional car, a lot of them are not ergonomically designed, or they're just not friendly for your low back. And so it can be hard to find a comfortable position for your spine. And so as a result of sitting in these kind of poor ergonomically designed chairs or seats, it could trigger your symptoms much quicker than usual if you were in a more when compared to an ergonomically friendly chair. So investing into a kind of lumbo-pelvic support system for your low back when sitting is one thing to consider, because that could be the difference between being able to sit with 5 minutes in pain versus sitting with maybe a minute in pain, or maybe 20 minutes versus 10 minutes. It could maybe provide you with a little bit more capacity to sit for longer periods of time by investing in some sort of support system for your lower back. So that's one thing to consider. A second thing to consider is to take breaks every so often. Now, this is specific to someone that may be traveling on an airplane where they have the ability to get up and they can walk around the plane. Now, someone that maybe is in a car or on a bus, they may not be able to do this, or would technically not be able to. If they're driving on a bus, maybe they're able to stand, or in a subway they may be able to stand. But in terms of an airplane, you have the ability to walk up and walk around every so often. So that's one thing to consider. So getting up every so often just before you feel the onset of your pain, or to just kind of get up and to provide some relief from your symptoms that may be triggered by sitting. So that's another thing to consider. A third thing to also consider is maybe to consult with your doctor and to maybe get some sort of clearance or some sort of disability note if you're having issues. Because if you can kind of get some sort of disability note and then provide that to maybe the company that you're working with or the company that you're traveling with, they can maybe make some accommodations for you where you don't have to sit in a position where it may be triggering your pain, or they can kind of develop something that's more ergonomically friendly for you, and that could help kind of spare your spine in some sort of way. So that's an important thing to also consider as well. And then a final kind of thought is maybe just investing in a better seat for yourself, or just a better kind of travel accommodations, just maybe paying the extra money. Because if you look at an airline, for example, you have your kind of standard fare that you're paying for just kind of a standard seat, which is typically just not a good ergonomically friendly seat for somebody. And sometimes maybe just investing in more of the first class or upper class levels and paying that extra money where you can maybe lie down and have a bed is an option. And that's just an option for people that would have the money and are able to spend that. It's something to consider. Same thing would be applied to maybe a train as well, is to maybe spend a few extra dollars and kind of get that upper class better seat, or maybe a bed that they may provide you with where you're maybe able to lay down, and which you wouldn't be able to do with kind of your standard maybe economy rate or whatnot. So those are just a few tips that I wanted to share with you guys with regards to traveling long distances. So just to kind of wrap things up again, investing in a lumbo-pelvic kind of support, definitely something to consider, especially if you're traveling frequently. Secondly would be to take frequent breaks if you can. Maybe that's walking around on an airplane or whatnot, just to kind of get yourself out of that position of sitting, or in which you may be stressing your low back. And then thirdly, consult with your doctor, see if they can do anything, maybe write you some sort of maybe disability kind of note, and to see if any accommodations can be made. And then fourthly, just maybe spending a few extra bucks to maybe upgrade yourself on a traveling ticket or whatever to kind of get better accommodations for yourself. So 4 little tips there. Hopefully some of these tips can help anyone out there that maybe is in a position where they have to travel long distance. Maybe it's a vacation, or maybe you just frequently travel long distances. So there are a few tips that hopefully are helpful to you guys, or at least find helpful. And if you have any questions, comments about anything, be sure to leave a comment below. And with that being said, we will wrap up this video. And I wish you guys all the best and a successful and productive day. And take care.